I've just heard a man's voice. Very, very clear.
My heart is going mad. I know. That has got such a different feeling to what it had a minute ago.
What? We have sealed ourselves in, and we are alone in this house together for the night.
How can we be alone if we're together?
We are alone here.
How many people have to be alone together to be alone? How many people can be alone if they are together?
Well, we are alone here today.
We're together, so it's an oxymoron.
Yeah.
The word we and alone can't be in the same sentence, really, can it?
So I am alone.
But you're not, because I'm here.
With Joe.
Well, that exactly doesn't work.
So we are here in this place together. No one else is here unless there's ghosties here. And we're going to have a little walk around before we investigate, as usual, because that's, one, the format of our videos, two, because...
Right, well, as you can see, we are in the kitchen. We've been looking around and we can see quite a few dates that all seem to suggest that this place was abandoned in February 2019. There's a date on here that says 26th of February 2019, and then a calendar just down there which has lots of writing in it in January and February, the first half of February, and nothing in the end. So it's a very good indication that this was abandoned in February 2019. Now there's also lots of stuff that we can't show because there are so many addresses, and this place really needs to be protected because it is phenomenal. There's so many incredible things in here. So here we have a Nokia 3310. Like a historian.
Yeah.
We've got a horseshoe, but also with a human thingy. So maybe there was a horse that lived here. And this is how he got his horseshoes on.
That is a very educated guess, that, though.
We think that they kept horses and some form of animals, because just over there is a barn full of hay and things that looks like...
barn full of horses?
Yeah. I'm not sure. We're good at this. We're sensing... There's a car over there, so they've got abandoned cars. So this place was literally they just left one day, and then there's also the barn full of things that look like they were feeding some form of animal. I think a horse. They were maybe farmers, maybe it was like small-time farmers or something. But
I noticed some things that some of the pictures that we can show in a minute, that they definitely had thousands of chickens. So
thousands,
literally thousands.
Bloody hell. Anyway, right, this lovely oven. Proper electric. I always don't want to touch them. It actually looks like it's not been used for such a long time because people have put stuff all inside it. It's really strange.
There's even some sausages there.
Electricity discount. Oh wow. Oh. I think a rat has been living in there. Wow.
If you die next week...
Can you smell that?
No, I don't...
Yeah, it's spicy. Look at the TV up there. I mean, how old is that TV? I haven't used a TV since about 2008.
Yeah.
Look, you can see that obviously people have been here setting this up for urban exploring. We're not the first people here in the slightest. But there's also a key for a Nissan Micra, but in the shed, just over there, you can see is a Ford KA.
It doesn't actually look like a Nissan key though, does it? Which is weird. That is definitely just doesn't look like a car key.
Well, it isn't a car key, is it? No. I don't know why I said it was a car key. It's obviously not a car key. But it would have had a car key. Someone's probably nicked the car. Press top button, dial number, press green phone to switch on, press top button to switch off. That's one of the things that really sad.
Yeah.
Because it was obviously an elderly couple that lived here. Probably, and well, obviously, I guess to some degree, they would have died at separate points.
Yeah.
So one of them probably lived there on their own for a little while. We'll see if we can figure out who.
And it's sad, isn't it? Because when you see all the photos that they've been together for so long, before any of this technology, as farmers, raising horses, chickens and everything, and then they need instructions for like a mobile phone. It's just the difference in the world today.
I've always say this, I think, but I always find their jackets one of the saddest things. I find their clothes a sad thing. Like, they were potentially gifts from someone for their birthday or something, you know. It's what they wore every single day down to church and things. Yeah. And then they just hung it up one day for the last time. They didn't know it was the last time. But what is interesting is it looks like a male's coat.
Mm.
In fact, they both do.
I don't know. That one behind...
That's a male blazer, I think. Right, let's have a look around the rest of the house, because there is quite a lot to show, actually. This... potentially the main living room. Well, I've actually found interesting in this place. There's no room with a TV apart from the kitchen.
Yes.
Which is quite old-fashioned in itself. There is power.
Yeah.
I think again, I mean, we get this a lot. We have comments a lot of the time when we go to places that have power.
That's not abandoned because there's power. And yeah, but we were talking about this. The amount of houses that we're going to recently, that we know, like some of them, the roofs have caved in and there's water, like waterfalls coming through it, and there's electricity.
I was looking at this earlier. We've actually got a name, Eunice Mabel Jones. After doing a bit more reading, I found out that all this paperwork was actually her will. Now, this gave us some interesting and quite useful information to find out what really happened there, but also made things quite a lot more confusing as well. Eunice's will. Oh, wow.
Oh.
Really? That better be empty. I really hope that the family had this. Yeah, I mean...
yeah, thank goodness.
This is the will.
Oh.
Is it not?
Yes, it is.
This stuff is the will.
Yes.
This is what should be folded up in there.
Okay.
Right, that's interesting. There's a lot of names on that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of names where a lot of money has gone to a lot of places.
Yeah.
When was this dated then? What? That's really bizarre, is it not? Eunice Mabel Jones of so-and-so house died on the 12th December 1989.
Right, so I reckon a gentleman must have lived here then, in that time.
That makes sense to have the male jackets.
But then why is there so many female items still left here?
Well, imagine if you'd been married for... I think in 1989 is a long time ago.
Very well, yeah, it's before I was born.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I get that it would be really sad when your wife dies. But to never
even, like, the rooms are female orientated. The
that
desks,
is really weird.
Yeah, something's not making 100% sense.
Maybe it was. Maybe he remarried or something. That's odd. That's really odd. It's not that weird, but it is quite weird. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people on the will to get access. So I'll blur all this out and I won't share all this information. But yeah, right, okay, that's very, very interesting.
There's a lot of history tied to this place already.
Anyway, as I say, we can see this room. It really is a lovely little cottage in the middle of the English countryside. We're very close to Wales, actually. There's absolutely incredible land around. Yeah. There's lots of sheds and greenhouses and barns. This room just looks like somewhere they just sort of put things, isn't it? It's
well, yeah. I mean, obviously it was a dining room, but they've passed away and things just got dumped in here. Because I mean, even look at that chaise lounge. I mean, that's proper as well. And they had the furniture to match because you can see the red fabric which matches that. So they had a whole set in here. So I think it was a dining room at one point, and then it was turned into almost like a relaxed room again as well, because this is not a dining table.
Well, first of all, we have a nice little pantry area. I love this old cabinet. Almost looks like it belongs in a church.
Hello? Do you know that was like someone knocked on the front door? Is there somebody here with us? Are you listening to us?
Why can I like ringing of a bell?
Where the hell's that coming from?
Sounds like a cat, doesn't it?
No, I was...
I can hear like a cat running around, like the bell on a cat.
Yeah.
Right, I can't see you, so let's go upstairs. Right, okay. So let's check out this room first. Again, there's going to be power, yeah. Oh, just look at this. Again, it's very, very feminine.
Yeah.
All these little bits and bobs. Hand soap. Pictures of probably the kids. Doesn't say anything on the back. One of those really strange dogs.
Fuck you.
Again, feminine. There's perfumes and things. Not that he couldn't wear perfume, but I doubt that they were his.
No.
Just saying.
And the painting behind you,
Yeah.
was... Who would that have been? Is there a name on it or anything?
No. No, there's nothing. There might be on the back, but I'm not going to take it down.
Yeah.
And this is where you're on about your chickens, or not your chickens.
Yeah. Can you see them?
Yeah, there's an army of them, isn't there?
Yeah.
And I wonder if these are the people that live here. I mean, there are actually names on there that I'm not going to show it, but that relate to this location. In fact, that could potentially be outside, you know.
Yeah.
Do you know,
It's
I
like the
actually think
barns.
that might be the barn that's
Yeah,
outside.
it's the barn.
And it has the name on the side too. Yeah. I reckon this is pictures from here. I reckon they lived here for pretty much their entire life, don't you?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
E.M. Jones. I'm baffled. Is that Eunice again? Yeah. But how this woman keeps sort of popping up, but she's not been alive for 35 years.
Yeah.
That's really odd, though.
How creepy is that? I mean, if anything, this is the more manly room,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Do you think he had, like, multiple women?
Daughters or something.
It was all male stuff in here, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, this is a male wardrobe. Well, the wardrobe's not like...
It's a male wardrobe.
There's
How do you
nothing
know?
in it.
And then again, here's the other double room.
Female. Right?
Yeah, well, there's... I mean, they look female to me.
I've just heard a man's voice. Very, very clear. And it was like... Really, really deep, like an old man as well. You're going to hear that if it's...
I've just noticed something.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this without showing. Eunice Mabel Jones, age 76 years, 1989.
What? That's not...
It's almost like he's kept it as a memorial.
Yes.
Don't you think?
Yes.
I don't understand why there are two female rooms. What's on that card? Sorry you're leaving. If this is to her...
Dear Eunice. This is Eunice as well.
That candle's feeling a bit sorry for himself, isn't it?
This note here is for Eunice.
And Dell. Eunice and Dell, they're the two people.
The only thing... Why is it all... That's scary, actually.
Because looks like this is the guy... This is Dell, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly, that we need to basically try and use paranormal to find answers. I know
Isn't that fascinating?
I'm honestly
The
really
same
confused.
woman for 35 years, but she
Unless
died in 19...
Unless this was abandoned in 1989, but it can't be because there's letters and things down there from 2019.
But it's all still set up as if Eunice is here.
Yeah, it's set up to be with everything still in here.
Ooh.
For the woman who lived here and died 35 years ago. It's kind of sad.
It's almost like
creepy.
he knows that she's still around.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. It's like she's still here in spirit.
Yeah.
He's kept all of her stuff for that long. Very romantic. Mildly creepy. Let's investigate.
We are calling out to any spirits who may be in this house or anybody who can hear us.
What's above this?
Nothing.
Hello? It's gotta be a rat. Surely.
If anybody's here, can you make contact with us, please? We don't mean you any harm. We're not here to disrespect you, and we're not here to disrespect or steal the property. Is there Eunice or Dell here?
Don't know if it's my imagination, but it sounded like I heard a drawer open. Is there someone up here? We've come here to speak to anyone who may still be in this building. Is Eunice or Dell here?
Hello? Is there somebody downstairs now? Yeah, you hear that?
And we're both on camera too, yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, you hear that?
And we're both on camera too, yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, you hear that?
And we're both on camera too, yeah, I heard that.
That's in the living room. That was a tap on the window. Wow. Yes. Can you do that again? Make it louder.
Well, it's silent now, isn't it?
Do we get down? Because that's insane.
Yeah.
Hello?
Let's just go down, shall we?
That's insane, isn't it?
Well, we heard two. Maybe it wasn't upstairs what we heard then.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Already?
Yeah, and I know we say this a lot. This was not happening. We've been sat in the living room for a long time because we thought, oh, maybe we should wait till it gets a bit darker.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing's been happening. Literally nothing. Now we start calling out, we've heard 3 or 4 quite big noises.
That's like
It's like calling out genuinely opens up a communication with someone.
5 minutes so far or something.
Yeah.
You've got that camera set up as well.
Yeah, you'll hear that on that.
We don't actually know how much we believe in orbs, but there does seem to be 2 orbs flying about kind of slowly in the living room area and flickering at the same time as we're hearing noises. So to the people that do believe in orbs, we thought this is worth pointing out because we don't know if it's coincidence or whether it is paranormal.
We should put this upstairs.
Should we put the Rem Pod up there as well?
Yeah. Hello? Who's here? Are we speaking to Eunice? Is Eunice here?
If you can hear us, I've put like this black box device on the bedroom, on the bed upstairs. Are you able to just go near it? You don't have to do anything. Just go near it.
We'll just make a noise.
If that goes off now, I'll be so happy. I feel kind of like breathless in this place.
Oh yeah, I'm constantly breathing through my mouth, which I don't usually do.
I'm trying not to breathe because there's so much going on.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was really genuinely expecting to see someone up. There's no one outside, is there? Check that window, because I swear to God I've just heard somebody move that door.
No.
I haven't heard a person, but this door just moved.
Yeah. Fuck. What the fuck?
I mean, wind? Why would wind wobble a door? I can see it moving.
That's the grass. There is not enough wind to be moving that.
Yeah. And again, we haven't heard that.
No.
And we've been sat in here. Is that Eunice or Dell trying to come home or leave?
Look, there's another thing just outside the door. You can see that blowing in the wind. But it's not... How? But it's not blowing the door. Do you see that?
Yeah. Wow.
Oh,
I heard that.
you heard that?
I can't think of that not being wind.
No.
If you see what I mean.
We... Do you know what that sounded like? It sounded like a bottle opening, like champagne.
I thought I heard a bottle. That was what made, like when we were to come in here.
Yeah.
Something. Do you know this? It doesn't. It's not like, oh, this is really creepy. This is so scary. It's haunted. It's like a. It feels sad because it's like always, contacting a couple of old people who died, from what we can work out, about 30 odd years apart, and he held on to his wife.
I'm sorry, I'm baffled by the door.
I can't think of it being anything other than wind.
But I'm looking literally now outside to look at the wind, and there was a big gust of wind just then.
It is weird that it's not still happening.
And it's not happening
And
now.
you thought it would happen a lot as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm going to do?
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Okay. And we'll see if that keeps happening or not. If they don't... Whoa. Do you know what I mean? If there is someone here that is able to contact us, can you keep making the door rattle? Can you keep making noises or show yourself? Do something to let us know that you're here. We're here to potentially have a conversation with you, find out more about your life, find out why this house is no longer lived in, why all your belongings are still here. There's so many questions we'd love to ask you. But first of all, we just need to know that you actually exist. We need to know that you're really here. And the best way to do that is by making noises or talking to us or simply showing yourself to us.
I think we go upstairs.
Very quiet now though. Never understand that.
That door's baffling.
Sort of, because I can't stop thinking that it is just wind.
I just don't think it is. Because
But
we haven't heard it all day. What?
oh fuck.
Be careful. Hello?
My heart is going mad.
Yeah, I know. Can you hear us? We still haven't introduced ourselves.
We're very, very bad at that.
My name's Elliot.
Mine isn't.
Also known as Joe.
That's the one, yeah. My birth certificate says Joseph.
Yeah.
But I don't like that. Well, I do like the name, but
Yeah.
it's not really me, is it?
No.
Whereas yours is actually Margaret Connolly.
Yeah.
But that only suited you when you were a 70-year-old woman. Right, this might be connecting the dots in places where the dots don't need to be connected, but while editing, I've noticed that every time the door rattles, we are moving about upstairs. It doesn't rattle every time we move, but it does only rattle when we move, and it seems to be timed up pretty well. Like we have to make some quite heavy movements and move about quite a bit, and then the door rattles downstairs. Now again, that might just be connecting dots that don't need to be connected, because then there's also the fact that we weren't upstairs when it rattled the first time. So then I guess if you were going to maybe go down paranormal, it could have been ghosts walk around upstairs causing the door to rattle. That would be like the paranormal explanation for that. Or it was just wind, and then it also is, rattling because of movement in the building, even the wind shaking the building and so on. Right, so basically, let's go through what we actually know, or we think we know, and we hope that you can confirm or deny whether this is true or not. But we found lots of things for a lady called Eunice Mabel Jones, and there's also a picture of a gentleman, which we believe may be called Dell, because of a letter written here to Eunice and Dell. Now, Eunice, theoretically, has died in 1989, but Dell would have died in 2019. Now, we don't know if you were married or exactly who you are or what connection you have to this building. We'd love to ask you about that. But first of all, can you just confirm that you're actually here? If it's Eunice here, can you please make some sounds for us? Did I just hear like a ch in that corner then? Or was that my imagination?
No, I didn't. Is Eunice here?
Maybe Eunice had died too long ago. But it's actually Dell that's here.
Is Dell here?
If it's not Eunice that we're talking to, maybe it's Dell.
Is that a noise down there then?
I don't know, I didn't hear anything, but I heard a clicking behind me. I don't know if it's just from walking around there.
I think that's just the furniture.
I feel so out of breath in this place.
Yeah, it's heavy.
It's horrible. I know we have just come up the stairs, but Jesus, I'm not that unfit.
Hello? Are we speaking to Dell?
It's Del, isn't it? Can you come up the stairs, or we can come down to you if it's easier? We're going to try and stop chasing about now. We'd like to just come and have a conversation with you. Oh, man. The feeling. I can't describe it. I feel like someone is looking at me right now. That has got such a different feeling to what it had a minute ago. Like I feel I've got all like funny. Del? Where are you? Could you come into this room and talk to us? Fuck.
We decided to go downstairs and... Fucked! No, not... You didn't decide to go downstairs and... No. Okay. So we decided to go downstairs because... Why did we? Yeah. Did you know we decided to go downstairs? Fuck. We decided to go downstairs and of course it became silent. We were there for about an hour or so before we decided to end that segment for the edit and just set up the Rem Pod. I've never
seen that
before.
It's like an ambulance.
Yeah. Oh. What? We're literally just setting up to start recording and it starts going off before we can press record.
What's it doing? It's a pattern.
Yeah.
There's literally like it's doing a song or something.
Have you ever seen a Rem Pod do that?
Absolutely never. I don't know what it's doing. I don't know how it's making a song.
I'm going to reset it in case there's a malfunction. Thank you. It's like it's to the left of it and then to the...
I don't understand. I'm going to do, I'm going to reset it by pressing Rem 0.
Yeah.
No, there is...
It's the chair.
I mean, we've... yeah. Is that Del? Did Del just come in and have a sit down on that seat? If it is, can you hold on to the device as hard as you can? If you do, theoretically all the colours will light up and it will just make a high-pitched noise. Or if it is you, are you able to stop making it go off? Can you come away from it?
Put it on the floor. What? So this...
It's almost like he has actually just walked away from the chair now. The Rem Pod stops pretty much as soon as I ask it to be stopped, which is kind of strange considering just how much it was going off before. It's practically singing for a few minutes beforehand. Now, I guess you could say that that's paranormal. It seems like an intelligent response. Or it's just a coincidence and it's picking up a strange signal from somewhere and then just happened to stop when I asked it to stop.
So we didn't think we were recording at this point, but it just so happens that one of our locked-offs was still on. And while we were just chatting about where we're going to eat, because Joe is such a fat and really needs to eat, we heard this massive noise from upstairs.
I'm starving my...
Actually, exactly eaten a while again, have we?
No, we need to actually... I mean, we did bring meal deals with us. And then both of us decided that we weren't going to eat anymore.
Yeah.
And now we starve ourselves to death for fun.
I'd probably, like, I could do a meal deal, to be fair. Something warm would be nice, anyway.
Weatherspoon. What in the absolute mother of God was that? Stop recording. For fuck's sake. It's always when you're not...
Hang on, I'm recording. Yeah.
It's always when you're not recording, isn't it?
Just be quiet.
I just heard like a smaller sound. Why won't... That's recording. Yes.
Is it?
That's recording. That would have 100% picked that up. That's recording.
Oh, wicked, yes.
I literally just picked it up off the sofa and I plonked it there.
Where was that, though? Because
Up directly above us.
should we go up there or just...
It's getting really annoying chasing. What do you think?
Yeah.
We're always chasing. Like it was upstairs when we were downstairs, and downstairs when we were upstairs, in the kitchen when we were in that room, and through there when we were in the kitchen.
Really loud.
It was, but you go up there, nothing will happen.
I'll tell you what, we should... I'll put the Rem Pod on the stairs.
Hmm.
And then we...
Put it on the landing up the top.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put
Yes.
that on. Hang on. Oh shit, there's a lampshade there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that hurt. Sake, man. It's just like...
God. Where's that pen? Just there. I'm fucking creeped out by it, though. I'll pull it here. Can you do something? Alright.
Just fucking... Oh shit.
Set my camera.
Yeah, I just nearly dropped it.
Cheers.
Fucking lampshade, man. Right, I know we're faffing,
Yeah.
but
You can cut this bit out.
yeah.
Just...
I just want, just in case there are noises, I just want something up there to see it.
Yeah.
Or hear it.
Yeah, okay, good, good. Ooh. Fucking hell! It is cold
It's
there!
freezing in that spot, isn't it?
What?
It's weird.
Can you feel it?
Yeah, I can feel it from here. When I was sat there, it was colder than that. It's a real cold spot in the house. Right, we're going to have to go soon. We've been here for quite a while. We just heard you make a very loud sound upstairs, if that was you. It may not be a chance of actually having a conversation with you, but can you at least make a noise just to let us know that you're okay? Well, that's good.
That's very good.
It's the most important thing out of all of it. We just want to make sure that everyone's okay. We could try and help you if there's anything that we could help you with.
It's creepy now. What was that?
What?
Was it you making a noise with your camera? There's a noise. Can you copy me? Can you make this noise? Can you make this noise, please? That was my throat. We haven't been in that end room yet. I think let's try that.
My throat made the same noise at the same time. It was really weird.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Can't see anything now. It's... Hello? If you're here, please, can you copy me? I think that was me, right?
Don't know, do it again. I don't know what that could have been. This is a weird place. I feel like we are talking to someone. I feel like this has a lot of potential.
It's this chair.
It's incredibly hard to break through the full contact.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I feel like if you could spend days here, you would eventually get some of the best paranormal activity you've ever had.
Yeah.
But try another half an hour or so in here. But.
Yeah.
Right, so it seems like we have actually ended up talking to Del. What was that?
Rem Pod. For fuck's sake, I just missed that.
That was temperature though. But this sounded like something moves, I mean, like scraped first. Like that same drawer sound that I heard earlier on.
Yeah. Right. It's like it wants. It's like in here. It's always in here.
It just always draws you back into here. It's probably why they call it the drawing room. Ah! Should we just stop?
No, I'm getting
Morning.
Sensing. I want to just go back into one more room. I don't know why, and just try that for the final thing.
Try what?
I want to go back up in that room because I'm really drawn up into it.
Hmm.
Shall I go up there? You stay here in sight and see.
Yeah.
Because we haven't tried kind of splitting up yet.
We haven't tried that for 14 years.
That's true. Ow. Is this room? Okay. We're just gonna sit down for a bit. We're just gonna listen, okay? Please, can you make a sound before we go? Can you walk between us? Are you still here? Could you make a sound similar to this?
What the fuck? Heard that? I heard that quite loud. You okay?
Yeah.
That made me jump and you just threw up. That was really loud.
Knock. Please make a sound. Just before we go, can you just do one last thing? We would be really appreciated. It's almost when you kind of get desperate asking for it. Yeah, it's almost like the energy is gone, isn't it?
If you're begging for it, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And we all know that feeling.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the place felt like it had a lot of good, like strong energy to begin with. Now I feel like my energy's gone. The building energy's gone. It doesn't feel the same as it did when we first arrived. The excitement's died down. It just feels like it feels like it's done, but that's it. That's all you're getting. This place was a bit of a slow burn, but multiple times, if that makes sense. It kind of starts with this, it feels like there's lots of energy, it builds up to something, and then just a click of a fingers, it just stops. That probably happened 4 or 5 times throughout the whole night. And it happened, or it felt like that more towards the end. When I was stood at the bottom of the stairs, I heard what sounds like fingers being run against wood or tapped against wood. And then that was it. And it's like, it's an energy that you can feel in the air. And we have said that many, many times before. The paranormal seems to be a feeling rather than actual activity. And the difference between when we were there, when we first got there, compared to right at the end, felt incredibly different. It could just simply be the fact that we were used to the building at that point. Once you've walked around a few times and looked at things, you're so used to the building that maybe the energy just feels different because of that. But I think also the activity was the same. It kind of builds up to something and then just stops and then starts again.
This is one of those really annoying ones where I feel like we capture some really insane stuff, but it could be coincidence with sort of the weather. For instance, the front door rattling. Now, it hadn't been rattling like the whole night we were there doing our walk-arounds before actually getting into the filming. So why it started when we started cooling out is a bit weird. Now, if it was down to the wind, surely that it would just be constant throughout the day or the night. But it just seemed to happen at this one point where we had been cooling out, and it's just confused me because I was looking at the wind outside and it was still blowing, but then the door wasn't rattling. But then looking at the camera, it was rattling when we were upstairs as well, but it just wasn't that windy. So that's a really confusing one, and I don't want to speculate whether that's paranormal or just the building or the wind right now, but I thought that was pretty cool. Some of the other noises though are really, really fascinating, because they all started just to happen again when we started cooling out. But it didn't feel scary. It felt like a really sad but loving home, but also with someone still there.